like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave me a comment. Without further ado,
hey kids, kidults, grown men babies, and whoa babies. How are you all? It's Hyperdellic. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Loyal Subject's Krang's android body from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. XL! Exclamation point. This is the BST AXN line from Loyal Subjects. Best action. Kinda. I like these figures. Now, I know that they are not widely loved in the toy community. They do have some weirdness to them. I'm not going to lie. But there's something that they do that just really, really hits my nostalgia button. and I feel like their renders and their sculpts of the Ninja Turtles are really nice when it comes to like comparing that to the cartoon itself. Like, they're really good. The other ones that I like are the Playmates. Like, I don't know if they're Playmates Ultimates or whatever, but they're like Playmates versions of the Ninja Turtles, but like definitely upgraded with like, hinges and stuff. I'm sure Ninja Turtle collectors out there, which I am not a Ninja Turtle collector. I just happen to like some of it. I have way too much of it. But when I saw that this was on sale, that's how I operate. I was like, all right, it's time to get him. I want to say I got him for like 20 something bucks. I mean, he was really, really discounted. Really, really discounted. And I've heard pretty much nothing but decent things about this figure. So I am super happy that I have him. I would love to get the Super 7 one to, review. I would love to get that one that's coming. It looks so awesome. I am not a big fan of giving all of my money to Super 7, but man, that thing looks cool. But today we're going to be taking a look at this one, and this one is pretty outstanding too. So let's take a look at the box. We'll go around. Let's see. Let's read the bio. It says, me. Krang is part of a brain-like alien species from Dimension X. He was banished to Earth, where he joined up with Shredder on his mission to end the Turtles and conquer the city. Their shared headquarters is located in the Technodrome, Krang's battle fortress. And then it's, in some other languages. It says 31 points of articulation. What does that say? Swivel bicep and thigh joint, double knee, shoulder, and elbow joints. Ball joints for maximum posability. Get in the pit and play. Incredible sculpt details. I mean, I agree with that, actually. They do put some really nice details into their action figures. They're nice. Give them a shot. You may find that you like them better than you thought you did. Here's all your info on the box. There's Krang's mug on the side. Here's the bottom. If anybody wants the barcode and stuff. Barcode. And there's the top. There's not much going on there. All right, well, we're going to open this bad boy. Okie dokie. Well, you know what? Let's bust out the stand. We'll elevate him and get him right up in the middle, so that you see him from top to bottom. Full frame. Now, he's pretty stable right off the bat. Like, I don't feel like he's at risk of falling too much. And it wasn't too hard to pose to get him into that position. Now I know what you're saying. Where the hell's Krang? He's right here. So they give you this Krang. He's got little posable tentacles. They are pretty cool. I like them. We'll compare them to the other version of Krang. Something tells me they're extremely similar. But to put him in the Krang body, you have to pop them out. Look at his peg hole. Right? So that he can fit in there. And then what happens is, you take this bad boy, and you pop him open. And then you slip Krang in there on that little, you know, mound or whatever you want to call that. And there he is. Dun 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 dun. So I mean, I guess technically, knocking stuff over here. Technically, I'm knocking stuff all over the place. Technically, Krang is his first accessory, right? He also comes with a couple of hands, punchy punchies, right? He's got those 2 open hands and the 2 punchy punchies. It does not appear as though he has a gripping hand, but his weapons, he comes with the hand axe with the little point at the end. I want to say this is very reminiscent of the cartoon. I want to say I've seen all of this. I mean, it all feels familiar, but I might not have, and you know, it could be Mandela effect or whatever. It comes with a little drill hand. What looks like this is a pew pew hand. You know, it's pew pew, and then this is a pew pew. So he's got 2 pew pews that you can put on. I'm going to put one of the pew pews, and then he also comes with this sword, which is that's outstanding. You know, honestly, he's got 2 hands, so let's go ahead and accessorize him with a pew pew and that crazy axe of his. Sorry, I'm not doing it on there on camera, but it's sometimes it's hard to wrestle with figures, and this guy he's a big one. His little pitchfork thing on his head is a little crooked from the box. I love the heck out of this thing. This is cool. This is really cool. Man, you know, on this one, the elbows are atrocious, just like all of the others, but it's much less noticeable because, well, he's just pointing this way, right? So let's do a quick zoom in, and we'll talk about his articulation. Ooh, look at this face. That is straight out of the cartoon. I mean, I could be imagining that, but that is such a cool face sculpt. I don't know what the deal is with the android body, whether it was like biological or if it was a full-on android or what, but it was just the most bizarre thing you could have thought of. And when I first saw Krang's robot body, I was like, dude, why does he ever have the little chair thing? This is awesome. But okay, so let's start with this head. The sculpt, that's nice. I mean, it's got some really good paint detail. It's got some really nice sculpting. It's interesting and fun to look at, right? They're not perfect. I mean, this isn't a crazy expensive figure. It is a crazy huge figure. I may have to break out the the ruler and or the tape measure and show you just how crazy big this thing is. We'll do that when we zoom out, or not. But for right now, let's talk about this articulation. So here's the head in neutral position. That's oh no, I opened him up. That's as far back as he goes, and that's as far forward as he goes. Okay, he gets a tiny bit, a smidge, side to side, a smidge. Right, but he's a big android body. He ain't looking. Krang's looking. He don't need to be moving. He just needs to be standing there, hulking, being intimidating. So he's got these shoulder pads that are like a softer goods, and those are meshed up against. This is part. No, that's glued on. That's a separate piece. So that's also a softer plastic goods. And then you come down to the shoulder. Now he has a butterfly joint, right? So you got some good range of arm motion. You can go 360 if you force it, as I did. He's got bicep cut. You could probably go 360. I'm not going to force it. I don't like forcing it when it's tight, but it looks like it would allow you to if you really needed to. And then you come down, and I mean, there's pins, but they're not terrible pins. And then there's the elbow, and it's a double elbow. And we'll show the fully articulated double elbow. The most ridiculous elbow articulation in the toy community. Like, seriously. It's not great elbow articulation. But I didn't buy this figure for the elbow articulation. I bought it. There's some waist articulation for how cool it looks. Let's see. Does he do yoga pose? That's as far as I'm going with those legs. Okay, let's see. As you kick forward, not a lot. If you twist the legs sideways, you can get a little bit more forwardness. And it looks like there's a bicep swivel. So like you twist it and you could do that. It's not great. It's not fantastic, but I mean, most of the time he's just going to be standing there like this. I have never seen the robot sit. So, and some more of that wondrous articulation that somebody, I don't know who, thought was a great idea. Functionality wise, they work really nice. I'm not gonna dismiss that. Like, they function really well. But look wise, they're ridiculous. There's no butt kick in here, but he gets close. Oh, you know, he does, kinda. He can hit the little bar there. His foot all the way forward. Not terrible. Spins around. All the way back. Back is pretty good. Back goes pretty far. Again, no peg holes. There's your bottom of the foot information. Got anything over here? That's something. What does that say? Made in China? Made in China. So now that we've done the articulation. Oh, you know what? And also, like, all of the hands have a standard ball peg rocker situation. Horizontal, you know, horizontal flopping. Okay, so now let's talk about these paint apps. These paint apps are fantastic. I love, you know, all these little details. The handle in the back, the weird red things on the side. I mean, this looks, it's not exactly like the cartoon, but it makes me think of the cartoon. And I think that's the most important part of what this is it makes me think the cartoon, you know? And that's a great thing. I loved that cartoon. I was almost in my 20s when that cartoon was still on the air. And I loved it. It was one of my favorite cartoons. But yeah. All right. So let's zoom out and we'll compare them to the other Krang version, the robot chair version. All right. Boom, bada, bing. Look at this dude. Man, I just can't get over how that thing looks. All right. So now here is the Krang that comes in the robot body, you know, mini chair thing, right? And he is just like the other one. You know, I have him sticky taped in there because he likes to pop out unapologetically. Now the colors are different, right? One of the best ways I could show you is here's the tentacles. Quickest way. It's the shades are just a bit off, right? Just a bit off. That's annoying, right? I don't know. There is another version of this. I've got the purple one. There's a silver version. I had to go for the purple one. I mean, obviously. I also customized this. I gave it different kinds of peg holes than it came with because it didn't have peg holes that you could put these in and they would stay in. It had a different set of arms, and that just seemed silly. And I was like, just take the arms off and put them on. Right? That looks great. But, you know, for a company who made the decision on those really weird armpit, you know, or arm joints, I'm not really surprised at some of their decisions. They make some strange decisions. They do them, you know, they do. Loyal Subjects does Loyal Subjects. Here we go. Let's get this boy moving. Now, compared to like, oh, yep, there he went. Let's see. I said he wouldn't fall, but he did. Is that going to be good enough? I'm going to spread the legs out a little. Okay, so here is my Loyal Subjects, Mikey. And that's about how tall he is compared to it. And here's Shredder. I like Shredder a lot. He's not a great figure, like as far as stability goes. All of these guys, like Mikey stands up pretty well. But all of these guys, unless you freaking pose them the right way, they're going to fall over on you. And they're going to drive you up a wall. Casey Jones is one of those. He's doing okay right now, but oh boy, sometimes. So we're taking a look at this bad boy as he spins around. As we are taking in all of his Krang gloriness. I gotta be honest, I don't know where the hell I'm gonna put him. He's a really big figure. He is not gonna fit on my desk. I have some shelves, but I'm really gonna have to start thinking about making my space a little bit more organized. Unfortunately for me, that's a lot of work. But yeah, I'm excited to get him up on a shelf because he does look absolutely phenomenal. I mean, he's gonna sit on my desk for a little while just so I can take in how cool he looks. But yeah. Come here, Crangy. I'm absolutely smitten with this figure. He's going to be one of my favorite figures for a little while, I think. It's funny. Like the whole package, I excuse those bloody elbows, but I will be the first to admit that they are the weirdest, worst elbows I have ever seen in my life. But that's okay. That's okay. By what I hear, Loyal Subject's latest ones are getting a lot better. It's a lot better. So that's something we'll explore in the future on the channel. We'll get some new ones. We'll get some of the IDW ones. I am actually kind of excited to try and take a look at a couple of those. But yeah, hey, Krang. What? Right? Because he's like, tell everybody what to do. You're going to like the video. Smash that like button. I don't know. I'm not good at Krang. Sorry, guys. What else, Krang? What else do they do? They're going to turn on the subscribe. They're going to subscribe and turn on notifications. And if you want, in the description, there's ways to support the channel. Yeah, you can do that. All right, Krang. Tell everybody else what else to do. You should play with your toys. And enjoy yourself a little bit. Get hedonistic with it. Okay, guys. Have a good one.